Hi and welcome back to Classic MGB. Now, today I'm in the driveway and I'm going to demonstrate a problem that I would guess a lot of MGB owners have, and that is getting underneath the car to do some work. Mine is particularly difficult because it is lower, so it's quite tricky to get a trolley jack and axle stands underneath. Crawling about underneath, added to the fact that I've got this breathing problem, which means that I do get out of breath. You'll probably have noticed that in one or two of the videos. So lugging a big heavy trolley jack around probably isn't the most ideal thing to do. But I've got a solution. Let me take you into my garage and I'll show you. So we're in the garage and this is the solution. So what is it? It's a scissor lift made by Equipment for Garages. Now, in case you were wondering, I've paid full price for this. I've got no discounts or no incentives to buy this. It's my own money and I've done it because I feel I need it. So let's take you through each step of the ramp. So the main ramp part is this blue area here with the yellow extensions on it. And that's actually bolted to the garage floor. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it much easier to get the car on and off it. Moving to the front, because my car is so low, I've had to buy these extension pieces, these rubber black extension pieces on the front to make it easier to get the car up. And finally, looking at the back, I've made these wooden risers with a bit of this foam on it to make sure the car sits level. But you don't really want to see just the ramp. Let's get the car on it and I'll show you how it works. So with the car on the ramp, we can then put the rubber jacking blocks that come with the ramp underneath the car and get it up in the air. It's important to get the jacking points exactly right. So at the front, I'm putting it just on the front of the castle rail there. And on the back, I've actually managed to get it onto one of the spring hangers there, which means it's a nice solid connection. Now, you might have noticed when I put the car on the ramp that I parked it slightly over, and that's because I have a garage door opener. And if I parked it square on the ramp, the car would hit the garage door opener, not the most sensible route. So I'll just do the other side and we'll get the car in the air. So with the blocks safely under the car, it's ready to start the ramp up. So first thing, switch it on. See the power light comes on. And then it's just very simple. It's just up and down. There is one slight catch, I would say, but I'll show you that when the car comes back down again. So all you do is press on the up, and I just do it very gently just to start with, just to a slight height, and then I check that the car is pretty rigid. And then I'll just have a quick look underneath to make sure all those blocks are perfectly seated, and then I'll carry on taking the car up. All looks good, so let's take the car up. Now you can hear those locks. Each one of those locks is going up. So I'm going to take it up to about that height and then I'm going to press the lock button. And now it's completely safe so I can switch the power off. So before we go under the car, let me just show you quickly the quality of this ramp. It's made of solid steel. It will take up to 3,000 kilograms or 3 tons. Well, of course, my MGB is nowhere near that, but it just feels really solidly well built. The lock seems solid. It's got an electromechanical lock as well and bolt holes, so you can bolt it to the floor, which, as I said, makes it a lot easier to get the car up on the ramp. It sometimes slips without it being bolted, but all in all, pretty straightforward. So let's go under the car. So I'm now under the car. It will go probably another 30 or 40 centimeters higher. I've kept it lower because it will hit the garage door. If I shut the garage door, there's not really enough light for filming, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So I've got a handheld camera here, so you can see, you can get right underneath. I'll crawl under here and I can just lie down so I can get all access to things like the fuel pump. You see my leaf springs are looking a bit rusty. There's a bit of oil coming out of my diff as well. So perhaps we'll have to have a look at that. But I can grease the prop shaft and actually do pretty much anything under here. The only thing, of course, I can't do is stand up. It's looking pretty good under here. But the next job is going to be to get some lanyard guard on it. But for now, what I'm going to do is crawl out and just show you how easy it is to bring the ramp back down again. So taking the car down off the ramp is simplicity itself. Switch the power on. Now, this is one other bit of a gotcha that I was aware of, luckily. Because it's got a lock, in order to make it go down, perversely, you have to make it go up to release the lock, and then it'll sink back down again. So if you are in a tight space like I am, you do have to be a little bit careful, because if you put it up to its maximum height and it can't go up a little bit more in order to come down, you might end up hitting the roof. So that's something I had to be a little bit careful of, but I know we're pretty safe today. So we can just press the down button. As you can see, the car goes up, the locks release, and down she comes. So there you go. That's the equipment for garages scissor lift. It's a great bit of kit. As you can see, works very well. Downsides, well, none really. It's slightly tricky getting it in here. It's delivered on a transit flatbed with a crane on it, and it was quite a challenge for the guy to maneuver the vehicle in to start with, and then to get the crane in. But we got the lift in, no problem. So in the end, that didn't turn out to be a bit of a problem, and the guy that delivered it was really good, really helped to get the thing working. The other thing that a lot of people might find a problem, for me it is probably, it costs quite a lot of money. It is about £2,000, including the rubber mats plus VAT. So it's not for everybody. For me, I've kind of got a health reason, which means I do need something like this if I want to carry on maintaining my car. So for me, it was worth it, but I do understand it is a substantial investment. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the description below. Equipment for garages do a wide range of garage equipment, and there's lots available, so it's worth taking a good look on their website. If you've enjoyed the video, please share it, give it a like, and consider subscribing to the channel. Everything helps to get this content out to people that want to watch it. As always, thanks for watching and take care.